Prototype. And this is where everything starts to go wrong. Back in the 1930s, before the world was fully at war, Dr. Abraham Erskine was still in Germany, quietly working on something that could change humanity forever. The idea sounded simple: enhance the human body, push it past its limits. But what he was really building was power in liquid form. Then came the first crack. The formula didn't stay secret. It was leaked to Hydra by Wilfred Malik, and just like that, something meant to help humanity was handed to the worst possible people. And once World War II kicked off, there was no more patience, no more careful testing. They wanted results, fast, and that's when Johann Schmidt stepped in. Not a soldier, not a hero, a man obsessed with power. He didn't wait for approval. He injected the unfinished serum into himself. At first, it worked. His body changed instantly, stronger, faster, beyond anything human. You could almost feel the shift, like something unnatural had just been born. But then, the flaw hit. The formula was incomplete. It was missing a crucial element: Vita radiation. And without it, the serum didn't just enhance him, it exposed him. His face began to warp, skin tearing, bones reshaping, turning him into something terrifying. That's the moment Johann Schmidt stopped existing and Red Skull was born. And here's the part that really sticks. The serum didn't fail. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It amplified what was already inside him. Power didn't create a monster. It revealed one. No control, no balance, just raw, unchecked transformation. And honestly, that should have been the warning. Perfected. But just when it looked like the serum was nothing but a nightmare, everything changed. After Schmidt's failure, Erskine fled to the US and perfected the serum under Project Rebirth. With Stark Industries, he created a controlled process using Vita radiation. But the real test wasn't the serum, it was the subject. Steve Rogers, chosen for his character, endured a painful transformation and emerged as Captain America. For the first time, it worked perfectly. Then, Erskine was killed, and the formula was lost, turning success into something the world could never recreate. Hydra. And just when you think Hydra would stop after Red Skull, they went even deeper. With Erskine gone, Hydra didn't give up. They doubled down. This time, the work fell into the hands of Arnim Zola, a man who didn't care about perfection, only results. And the way he got them? Brutal! Captured soldiers became test subjects. No choice, no escape, just experiments, until one of them survived, Bucky Barnes. Now here's what's interesting. He didn't transform like Steve Rogers. No massive physical change, no dramatic growth. But underneath that, something else was happening. His strength, on par with Captain America. His durability, insane. The man literally survived a fall that should have killed him instantly. But it still wasn't enough, because the real transformation wasn't physical. It was mental. Bucky lost his arm in that fall. Hydra replaced it with a cybernetic one, stronger, deadlier, built like a weapon. But that wasn't the worst part. They took his mind. Memory wiped, personality erased, rebuilt from scratch. Imagine waking up and not knowing who you are, only what you're told to do. That's how the Winter Soldier was born, cold, precise, unstoppable. And here's the shift that changed everything. Hydra stopped trying to create heroes. They started creating tools. Because in their eyes, identity didn't matter, humanity didn't matter, control did. And that's what made this version of the serum even more dangerous. It didn't just enhance the body, it erased the person inside. US government. And just when you think the worst was Hydra, this next part hits harder. The US saw what Steve Rogers became and wanted to recreate it. But without Erskine, they were guessing, experimenting on African American soldiers without consent. No glory, no recognition, just a deadly process where most died. Then one survived, Isaiah Bradley. And when it worked, it truly worked. He matched and even overpowered the Winter Soldier. Yet instead of honoring him, they erased him. Imprisoned, silenced, and used for more experiments, his blood fueling future versions of the serum. No medals, no legacy, just exploitation. This wasn't just a failed experiment. It was a moral failure, where power succeeded, but humanity didn't. Stark. But just when it felt like the serum couldn't get more dangerous, it evolved again. Years later, in 1991, Howard Stark managed to do the impossible. He recreated the Super-Soldier Serum using Steve Rogers' blood. Not a theory, not a guess. The real thing, brought back, but it didn't stay in the right hands for long. Hydra found out, and they moved fast. The Winter Soldier was sent in. Stark and his wife were assassinated, and the serum was stolen. Just like that, history repeated itself. Only this time, the results were even more extreme. Hydra didn't hold back. They used the serum on their most elite soldiers, creating a death squad that was stronger than anything before. No Vita radiation needed, no complex machines, just injection and instant power. And here's where it gets crazy. One of them, Joseph, was strong enough to overpower the original Winter Soldier in a fight. Let that sink in. But power like that doesn't come clean. The side effects hit fast: aggression, instability. These weren't soldiers anymore. They were ticking time bombs. The more power they had, the less control remained. Eventually, even Hydra couldn't handle them. And when the organization that created you decides you're too dangerous, you know it's bad. They were put into cryostasis, frozen, not as a solution, but as containment. Because this version proved something brutal. The stronger the serum became, the more it broke the people who used it. Gamma. And just when it seemed like the serum couldn't get any more unstable, someone decided to push it even further. General Thaddeus Ross wanted a new kind of super soldier, stronger, faster, and more controllable. So he brought in Bruce Banner, a genius in biochemistry and radiation. But Banner didn't follow the old formula. He replaced Vita radiation with something far more unpredictable: gamma radiation. And then, he tested it on himself. No backup plan, no safety net. At first, nothing seemed wrong, but then it hit. The transformation wasn't controlled, it was explosive. Banner didn't just become stronger, he became the Hulk. A massive, rage-fueled force that completely surpassed every super soldier before him. But here's the catch. It wasn't just physical power, it split him. Two minds, two identities, Banner and Hulk, constantly fighting for control. And for years, that battle never really stopped. Until he finally managed to merge both into one. But it proved something terrifying. Unlimited power doesn't come free. It comes with a psychological cost. And somehow, it didn't stop there. American. Emil Blonsky stepped in next. Already enhanced with a recreated serum, he pushed it further. More injections, more power. But his body couldn't handle it. His spine warped. His mind started slipping. And then came the final mistake. He injected himself with Hulk's blood. That's when he stopped being human. The Abomination was born. A creature just as strong as Hulk, but far more aggressive. Pure destruction. And yeah, he eventually learned to control it. But by then, the damage was done. Because stacking power on top of power doesn't create perfection. It creates monsters. Soviet. And while all of this chaos was unfolding, the Cold War had its own version of the race. The Soviet Union wasn't sitting back. They managed to recreate the serum, but only once. That single success became Alexei Shostakov, the Red Guardian. On paper, he was impressive. Strength comparable to the Winter Soldier, durable, reliable in the field. A symbol of power during a time where image mattered just as much as results. But here's the difference. He wasn't Steve Rogers, and he wasn't Bucky Barnes. The skill, the precision, the efficiency, it just wasn't on that same level. He could fight, he could win, but he wasn't redefining anything. And that's the key here. The Soviets copied the formula, but they didn't evolve it. And sometimes, copying power without understanding it only gets you halfway there. Replica. And just when it felt like the era of super soldiers was over, it quietly came back, smarter than ever. After Hydra fell, the CIA refined the serum through Wilfred Nagel, focusing on efficiency over perfection. Using Isaiah Bradley's blood, he created a version with no physical changes, no machines, no transformation, just pure internal enhancement. It could be self-injected anytime, anywhere. Nagel made 20 vials, later stolen by Carly Morgenthau and the Flag Smashers, turning ordinary people into super soldiers. When John Walker took the last vial, it proved something dangerous. Power was no longer rare. It was accessible. Golden! But none of it compares to what came next, because this isn't just power anymore. This is something else entirely. Project Sentry had one goal: to create the ultimate superhero. Not stronger, not faster, the absolute peak. But the serum was unstable. Everyone who took it died. Except one. Bob Reynolds. And what he became. It broke the scale. Godlike strength, speed beyond comprehension, a healing factor so powerful he could come back from death itself. No super soldier had ever come close. But here's the part that changes everything. He didn't come back alone. Inside him lived something else. The Void. A living shadow that could swallow entire cities, dragging people into darkness, forcing them to relive their worst memories. So yeah, he was the most powerful, but also the most dangerous. Because when power reaches that level, it doesn't just save the world, it can destroy it.